A very good morning and assalamu alaikum, my dear students. This is your English text teacher, Miss Qoratulan, and we are going to start our new copy work and our new lesson today. So you are all are ready and excited for that? Okay. Now have a look at your book. This is the cover page of your book. Broadway Course Book 4 by Oxford. Okay. This is how your book look like from the cover page. Everybody has it, and if some of you do not have it, no problem. I will be sharing the images of the lesson. Our topic for today, our lesson number 1 is the hummingbird who chewed bubblegum. Okay, so how many of you are familiar with the hummingbird? Okay, before starting the vocabulary words, you should know the starter exercise. It is in your book on page number 11. Don't worry if you don't have your book, you can do it later on when you get the book. Alright? The starter exercise is imagine you and your friend are on a sea voyage, a storm breaks out, and your ship is blown to an unknown island. You land on island and discover that nobody lives there. Now there is a list of questions. You have to answer those questions. Just write the answer in front of it. No need to do in copy, okay? Now let's have a look at the vocabulary. The first vocabulary word is hummingbird. How many of you have seen this bird before? No? Okay, let's have a look at the hummingbird. Sorry, it's a beautiful bird. Sorry. Alright, I have wrote some facts about the bird also. The next vocabulary is neighborhood. Neighborhood means the thing around your surrounds you, the places besides your house or in your house and surrounding of your house. Number 3 is windowsill. Okay, now you have got the image of windowsill. The windowsill has been highlighted with the name also. I have wrote mention on the image. You can see windowsill is the something a latch coming outside the window, and you can keep the pots over there, the plant pots on that, or you can leave it empty. Alright. Number 4 is storm. Storm, everybody knows when the storm breaks out, the heavy wind blows and it blows very fast and along with rain, and this is storm. Number 5 is twigs and straw. Have you ever seen twigs and straw? With the help of it, the bird makes the nest. Okay, you got the picture of twigs and straws over there. Can you see that? Okay, now you can easily know what are twigs and straws. Alright, number 6 is shrugged. Shrugged is actually an expression. Shrug is an expression that you shows when you don't know something. When you don't know about anything, you just move your shoulder upside and you say, I don't know. So that is called shrug. Number 7 is plenty. Plenty means a lot of, many. Number 8 is suddenly. Suddenly means at once, quick. Number 9, chewed. Okay, when you eat your food, you chew it and then you swallow it. You chew with your teeth. Number 10 is share. Share is you share your things with your classmates or with your siblings. 11 is gumballs. Gumballs are the balls that you make with the help of bubblegum. You chew the bubblegum and make the gumballs. Number 12 is backyard. Backyard is actually the portion or the place of your house that is behind your house, okay? It's the backyard. You call it the backyard. The place, the area behind your house is backyard. Now, before starting the chapter, you should answer me these questions. Have you ever fed some bird? Have you ever fed some bird? It means you have feed that bird. Have you ever done that? It's a very good thing if you have fed some bird. Alright, question number two is, do you like to eat bubblegum? Yes? Some of you like to eat bubblegum, but your mothers do not allow it. And some of you even eat it, and then after a few minutes of chewing it, you throw that in the dustbin, okay? That's a good habit, to throw the bubblegum after chewing it for a while. Throw it in the dustbin. Question number three. Have you ever seen a nest having eggs in it? Okay, that might you have seen, might. All right. Now, before starting the story, you should know one more thing, that is, who is a narrator of this story. Do you know the meaning of narrator? Let me tell you. A person who narrates or tell the story is called a narrator of the story. Sometimes person be a part of the story even, okay? A person who is telling the story actually, or she is called the narrator of the story. Let's start with a book. Open on to page number 12. Let me read it for you. There was a little hummingbird in my neighborhood. It usually sat on my windowsill. I enjoyed hearing her sing. Suddenly, I don't see the little hummingbird for some days. About a week ago, a bad storm came along and blew all the worms away. I felt sorry for the hummingbird. She must have been hungry, and so she must have flown away, I thought. Then one beautiful sunny morning, the little hummingbird reappeared on the windowsill. Where have you been? I asked the little hummingbird. Just out flying around, replied the little hummingbird. Did you find anything to eat? I asked. Oh, there is plenty of food, but all the twigs and straws were blown away by the last week's storm, said the little hummingbird in a sad voice. I'm sorry to hear that. What are you going to do? I asked. The little hummingbird shrugged her feathers and said, I'm not sure, but I have a favor to ask of you. Sure, anything, I said. Can you please give me some bubblegum? Asked the little hummingbird. Okay, now let me explain you. This is the story about two characters. One is the narrator of the story, the girl, and the little hummingbird. The little hummingbird lives in the neighborhood of the girl, and she usually saw that hummingbird on the windowsill. And on that windowsill, the bird used to sit and used to sing the song. And for the few days, the girl was noticing that the hummingbird is not coming and sitting on the windowsill. Then she realized that might be the last week's storm has blown away the worms. That's why the hummingbird is not coming. And she was very sad and feeling sorry about the hummingbird, that she might be hungry, and that's why she has flown away somewhere else in search of food. But then again, one beautiful sunny morning, she saw the hummingbird again sitting on the windowsill. She went to that hummingbird and asked, "Where have you been?" The hummingbird said to the girl that she was flying around in search of food. And then she asked, "Did you eat anything?" The bird said, "I had plenty of food, but I do not have the twigs and straws to build the nest." So the girl was sorry again for her, and she asked, "What do you need some help from her?" So the bird said to the girl that sure, can you please give me bubble gum, some bubble gum? Okay, now let's read page number 12. I was surprised that the hummingbird would ask for bubblegum, but I was happy to share it with my friend. The little hummingbird chewed the gumballs and then blew a bubble bigger than her body. "Thanks," she said and flew away. The next morning, the little hummingbird was back. She asked for a few more pieces of bubblegum. I did not know why she wanted bubblegum, but I was happy to share it with her. She thanked me again and flew away. 2 days later, it was nice and sunny. I was playing outside. Suddenly, I heard a voice calling out my name. I looked around but didn't see anyone. The voice called out my name again. This time I realized it was coming from the oak tree in my backyard. I saw the little hummingbird up on the tree. She was sitting in a red, orange, and blue nest. Now let me explain you this portion. As the girl was happy and surprised, she has the mixed feeling when the hummingbird asked bubblegum from her. She was happy to share the bubblegum with her friend, the hummingbird. The hummingbird took that bubblegum from her and chewed that into a gumball and blew bubble bigger than her body. And she said, "Thank." Whenever someone give you something, you say thank. You want something, someone give you or share the thing with you, you say thank you to that person. In the same way, the hummingbird did that with the girl. And the next morning, hummingbird again came, and then she took the bubblegum and gone away, flew away. And after 2 days, the girl was playing outside the house in her backyard. She heard the voice. Was calling her name. She looked around, but she didn't find anyone. Then again, her name was called. So she again looked and found out that that hummingbird is sitting on that oak tree in a red, orange, and blue nest. Okay, now let's move on to page number 13. "Look, what you helped me build," said the hummingbird. "What do you mean?" I asked. "Well, there weren't any twigs or straw left after the storm. I needed something to build a nest where I could lay my eggs. Your bubblegum helped me to build this nest." "Thank you very much," said the little hummingbird. I climbed up the oak tree, and sure enough, there were two little eggs the size of jelly bean, lying in a nest made of bubblegum. I told myself, I am so happy I shared my bubblegum with the hummingbird, and she has been able to build her nest because of it. So, do remember to share your things with others. So, children, now let me explain you. I hope you are understanding this story. You are having fun reading this story. That the next day, okay, when that bird, hummingbird, called the girl's name, she goes there. She had gone there and found out. The hummingbird said to her that the hummingbird had built up the nest with the help of those all bubblegums that she took from the girl, and the girl was very happy. She just climbed up the tree to found out how the hummingbird has built the nest, and the nest was very cute, looking very cute, red, orange, and blue colors were there of bubblegum in the nest, and along with that there were two little eggs like jelly beans were also there. And the girl was very happy to share her bubblegum with the hummingbird, and then she said, you should remember, everybody should remember that you should share your things with others. Okay, everyone? I hope that you like this story. So, did you enjoy reading this story? Yes? Okay. Now, who will tell me the moral of the story? What lesson have you learned after reading the lesson? Yes. Who will tell me? What's the moral of the story? Anybody? Raise up your hand to answer, please. Yes. Good. Think. What lesson have you learned? Why was the girl happy? What was she doing with the hummingbird? Alright, let me tell you. Moral of the story is sharing is caring, or share your things with others. Okay, it is always good to share your things with others. It makes you happy, right? Try to share the things with others and do not keep your things only with you. Alright? Okay. Can you answer me these questions? Raise your hands to answer. Obviously, you have read the story, you know the story, and now I'm going to ask you these questions. Why was the girl feeling sorry for the hummingbird? Okay. Alright. The girl was feeling sorry because there was a storm last week and all the worms have gone away, flew away, and the bird might be hungry. Okay, what favor the hummingbird asked from the girl? She asked the girl to give the bubblegum to her, right? Yes. What did the hummingbird do with the bubblegum it took from the girl? Who will tell me? This is a very easy question. It's a cinch for you, right? Piece of cake. What did the hummingbird do with the bubblegum it took from the girl? Yes, the hummingbird built up the nest with with all those bubblegums, right? Great. Now this is activity time. Activity time, right? So enjoy. Now I'll be staying quiet and what you have to do is that underline all the verbs in the lesson, note down all the verb from the lesson. See, if you have the book, you just underline the verbs, all the verbs. And if you don't have the book, no problem. You have the pictures of the chapter. So you just note down all the verbs on a piece of a paper, okay? And remember, verb is a word that shows action, okay? All right. I've done a mistake. I didn't write E over there. Verb is a word that shows action. Alright, now it's time for the copy work. This is your copy. Write your name, class, section, and the subject that is English text on the copy. Okay, the English text copy is both side lined copy. There is no interleaf page in it. Okay, open up your copy to the index page, and you have to maintain the index each time when you do the work in copy. This is how you going to maintain the index. Lesson 1, write the date 23 June 2020, and your vocabulary, word meanings, question answers, reference to the context, and word sentences. Alright, you need to maintain your index like this each time when you do the work in copy. Now turn on to the next page. This you have to make the title page in the copy of lesson number 1, that is the hummingbird who chewed the bubblegum. Next page, you have to write the vocabulary that you have already read before. We have already read it out before. Okay, you have to write hummingbird, neighborhood, windowsill, storm, twigs and straw, shrugged, plenty, suddenly, chewed, share, gumballs, backyard. These are the vocabulary words, 12 vocabulary words. Next page is word meanings. There are 5 word meanings. Suddenly means at once, replied means answered, plenty means many, a lot of, backyard is the area behind a house, flew away or flown away is the past tense of fly away. Okay, these are the 5 words that you have to write the meanings of. Write them in a neat way, draw proper column, draw proper line to make a column. Alright, now you have to do this work. I'll share the images of this work also so that you can do it easily. Do your work in a very neat and beautiful handwriting with proper distance gaps between the words. Okay, now the 3rd page and the 4th pages of question answers. There is a snapshot of 3rd and 4th page of question answers. You need to write all the 5 questions along with their answers. Okay, in a very beautiful handwriting. These are the pages that are coming onto your screen. These are 5 question answers that you are going to do in your copy. Then after that it will be your homework. I have a couple of homeworks for you. First one is word sentences. You have to write the sentence of 4 words: neighborhood, plenty, suddenly, share. And then you have the second homework. It is the page of your book actually, and it is page number 14. You have to write these questions in your copy, and you have to go through the chapter again and write the answers by yourself. Do this exercise in your English text copy right after the sentences. This will also be your homework. I will share the answers of these questions in next week's class. Okay, so I hope that you have enjoyed today's class. That's all for today. It's your teachers signing out. Thank you so much. Enjoy and happy learning through the SAVE. Allah Hafiz.